So welcome to my guide to Mallorca in April. Now you can see I'm down here on the very beautiful and very lovely Santa Ponsa beach. It's a gorgeous sunny day today. So in this video I'm going to let you know everything that you need to know about travelling to and from Mallorca during the month of April. I'm going to let you know about the weather too, as well as all the fun things to do and the events as well that are going on throughout the island this month. Now with Easter well and truly out of the way during the month of March, well, we've got lots to look forward to in April, but first I'm going to start off with what it is going to be like coming through Palma Airport during the month of April. Now you may well have seen over on the Mallorca Under the Sun Facebook group, you would have seen a post about the huge queues coming into the island or leaving the island over at security over at Palma Airport. I have to say as well that this could be worse at various different points of the week, depending on when flights are departing and when flights are arriving as well. If we get a lot of flights leaving at once, well, we could see a little bit of a clog up at security. Now, I want to confirm too that Terminal A for flights to and from the UK will be open. So all the flights will be channelling through that terminal. I will be travelling very, very soon as well. So make sure you consider subscribing to the channel. Or if you're watching this later on in the month of April, you're going to find those videos on my channel as well. And you're going to see what it's like actually travelling through the airport at this time of year. But I have heard from the airport too, because this is in regards to the building works that you may have read about in the news over at the airport. Now, I've spoken to our communications team at the airport, and they've said that any kind of building works are not going to hold up your transit through the airport in any way this summer. They're going to be keeping the actual building works over to do over the winter months. But what may well hold you up if you're travelling, unfortunately, from the UK, because of the whole passport checking and stamping process, which is still in place for British travellers. Now, the airport has said that this is a direct result of Brexit. So before, you could freely travel through Spain, you could freely travel through Europe, but as you well know, it's not the case anymore. So fully expect to find queues at border control if you're coming into the island. Fully expect queues at border control if you're leaving the island as well. Leave a little bit of extra time getting to the airport as well to get your flights, just to be on the safe side, but it's not going to be like this every single day of the week. I do believe that some days are going to be worse than others, and of course it depends on the volume of flights coming in or leaving the island too, so just bear that in mind. Okay, so what about getting around the island during the month of April? Well, you may well have seen my post on the new Mallorca Under the Sun Facebook page about the airport buses now being up and running from the airport directly out to resorts now. So if you are coming into the airport, you don't want to get a taxi, get yourself a direct transfer from the airport. It's super cheap, so that's really, really good to know. We've also been promised more availability as well for buses and also for taxis on the island as well, so I'm hoping that's going to make your journey around the island just a little bit easier. And if you are coming over to Mallorca as a party or a group, then you may wish to contact my friends Pedro and Miriam over at Island Transfers and Tours. Now, they run a transfer service, and it's not just taking groups from the airport around the island, but they can create an itinerary for you as well if you're travelling as part of a group to take you to various parts of the island. You can create the itinerary, or they can create the itinerary as well, but it'll give you a chance to get out, enjoy the island, go for some food, go for some drinks as well, get the very best out of your experience too. And they've also got a trailer as well, so if you are cycling or you're travelling with a group of cyclists, they can also help carry your bikes as well. So I'll drop their details in the description text below. Contact them and let them know that you saw this video over here on Mallorca Under the Sun. Now, you will have seen on my channel in recent weeks many videos about building works taking place at hotels around the island. Now, a lot of these building works are going to be ongoing during the month of April. My advice is, if you're travelling over imminently, look out for emails that might be coming out from your tour operator if you're travelling to any of the affected properties. I have to say the building works are not that far and wide, and they only affect specific properties in the island. They don't affect like entire resorts, so please do not worry. Please be careful where you're getting your information from. Make sure you talk to your tour operator, listen to what they have to say. If they are offering you a change of hotel, then look at that email, consider your options, consider whether those building works may well affect your stay and act accordingly. And also check out an article that I wrote about if building works should affect your holiday. It's got links to official advice from ABTA as well about what you need to do as well about it. So go and check that out, and I'll drop the link in the description text below this video. So let's talk about the weather. Now you can see I've moved into the shade here and under the pine trees over here on Santa Ponsa Beach, and that is because, well, the sun is really strong over here. If you're coming over in April, well, expect highs well above 20 degrees. It may get up to 22, 23 degrees. April's a very lovely month to come over and see the island, but also expect that the sun is going to get a lot stronger and a lot hotter. So make sure if you're coming over here, you bring plenty of sunscreen already. We're not in the peak of summer yet, and obviously we don't have the high summer temperatures, but I'm pretty much guarantee when I leave this beach I would have definitely caught the sun. So if you don't want to catch the sun too much, make sure you cover up when you're out and about, and also bring a minimum of factor 30 sun cream as well with you, because trust me, you're going to need it. Also, looking at the long range weather forecast throughout the month of April, I can see it's going to be largely sunny. We're going to have some cloudy days. We might get the odd showery day as well. I can't see anything too significant that's going to impact your stay. So if you're wondering what to pack when you're coming over, bring a whole mix of clothes, bring something warm for the evenings, because the evenings are still very, very chilly over here, well, at least from my point of view anyway. But bring some summer stuff as well for the days, because, well, when you're in the sunshine here, you can easily wear a t-shirt and shorts, and it's going to get increasingly warmer as we move through the month of April. Also, in terms of the sun rising and the sun setting, we're going to see a sunrise time of around 10 to 7, and that's going to get earlier as we go on through the month. And we're going to see the sun setting as well. It's about 8:15 as well from the beginning of April, which is really super exciting because it means that we're going to get to enjoy those longer, warmer evenings. Now, as we go on through the month of April, that sunset time is going to head more towards 8:45. So really, you're going to be able to get the maximum out of your holiday in terms of enjoying the day light hours over here too. And of course, with all the bars and restaurants opening during the month of April as well, you're going to get to enjoy the nightlife too. So you can see I'm down here on Santa Ponsa Beach, and while we are moving into April at time of recording, they're starting to clear up the beaches. Now, we don't have sunbeds down here on the beach just yet. You may well have seen in my Alcudia news update from the beaches in, well, a few videos ago, that the sunbeds are expected to arrive sort of halfway through the month of April. We're not going to get lifeguards on the beaches either until probably the beginning of May either. So if you want to experience Mallorca's beaches to be as empty as this, then the month of April is a fantastic time to come. Okay, so what about all the fun things and the events that you can look forward to during the month of April? Well, as I've said, since Easter is out of the way in March, well, we've got the whole month of April with plenty of activities and plenty of events going on around the island for you to enjoy. Now, I'm going to share any events that the municipalities around the island do have, such as small markets or some cultural events. I'm going to share them directly to the Facebook page as well, the Mallorca Under the Sun Facebook page. So if you're over for a particular week, you can see what's going on. A lot of these events are only organised maybe a week or two in advance as well, so it's very hard to give advance warning of them. But if you are over visiting in April, then you're going to find most of the popular attractions open. Everything except for the water parks. Now, the water parks in Mallorca do tend to open in May when it's a little bit hotter, but you're still going to find plenty to do here, whether it's visiting our historical monuments in Palma, or you want to go and head out to some popular tourist attractions. Everything's open. You're going to find lots of tours and activities taking place as well. I'm going to drop a couple of links to my favourite tours in the description text below. You've got everything from dolphin watching and boat trips as well. All of this is going to be going on from the month of April as well, so there's plenty to do and enjoy, and really to make the most out of your holiday here to the island. So if you're heading towards Alcudia and Alcudia Portway, around the 13th of April, on that weekend, it looks like they're going to be holding the Nautical Fair. They had it a couple of years ago, but well, Easter got in the way last year, so I'm hoping the Nautical Fair is going to take place on around the weekend of the 13th. Now there's going to be a huge market down at the port, there's going to be some local dancing, there's going to be singing, there's going to be events. It's a great local tradition. Head on down to the port to go and check that out too. Now we also have a few other big events as well taking place over in Magaluf on the 20th of April. We've got the Magaluf Marathon. If you're visiting during that time, just beware of road closures for a few hours around the date of that marathon too. And the same applies as well for the 3-2-1 cycle challenge as well, which really closes off pretty much half of the island, and that's north of Mallorca from Pollensa all the way down towards Daya as well and through the mountains. And that is going to be taking place on the 27th of April. Also, a couple of other dates for your diary. Well, I've heard rumour that St George's Day is going to be celebrated, and Calvia Council want to recognise that day as well. Also for all the British people that come here on holiday. So just like we've had at St Patrick's Day, we're hoping to see something going on for St George's Day as well. So I'll keep you up to date with what's going to happen then. But you're going to find other St George's Day events taking place around the island. It's the Dia de Sant Jordi. Normally it's a book fair. You tend to have book fairs taking place for St George's Day where people buy books and also give roses as well. It's kind of like a Valentine's Day thing. So look out for those taking place around the island. You're going to find some bookstalls as well if you're wanting to pick up some Spanish literature over in Plaza Mayor in Palma, and you're going to find some smaller markets as well around the island too. Also, following a nautical theme, we're going to find the Palma Boat Show is taking place from the weekend of April the 25th. So, as you know, Mallorca's got one of the biggest harbours in Europe. It's full of super yachts, and you will have seen the press as well with celebrities coming over here on their holidays. If you want to check out some of those boats, then head on down to the Palma Boat Show. It's going to be around sort of 10 to 12 euros to get in. You can take a tour around and take a look at some of the amazing super yachts. They're all going to be centralised in one place, and that's going to be in Palma, in the Lonca area as well, just right in front of the cathedral and along a bit. So if you're visiting, definitely worth checking out. And if you're looking at visiting Pollensa or the Port of Pollensa area on the 27th and 28th of April, you're going to find the Pollensa Wine Fair taking place at the Santo Domingo Convent too. So that's going to be a showcase of a lot of the locally made wines here on the island. Great day out, pop up there, go and try a few glasses and also come home with a few bottles too as well. So that's going to be really fun to enjoy too. And let's not forget as well, we've got the Orange Fair taking place starting at the end of April, which rolls into the beginning of May too. It's a showcase of all the food and lovely dishes and the restaurants over in Sóller and Port de Sóller. So again, there's going to be more information nearer the time of the participating restaurants. So go and check that out. If you're in the area, it's going to be a great opportunity to go and try some signature dishes in some key restaurants too. Okay everyone, I really hope you found this video useful if you're coming over to the island. We'd love to see some of your amazing destination photos as well. If you're coming over, feel free to post some pictures over on the Mallorca Under the Sun Facebook group as well. Don't forget too, I'm going to have an updated article on my website all about the events and what it's like visiting Mallorca in April on my website on majorcaunderthesun.com. Thanks very much for watching everyone. You can also find me on my Instagram, also called Mallorca Under the Sun, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Goodbye for now.